everybody, and good Monday. Thanks for starting off this week with us on this second day of October. We've started off the 10th month on a beautiful note weather-wise. Indeed, it's been a beautiful day in the neighborhood, but it's simply, of course, not been a beautiful day at all. I liken this morning waking up to the news that most of you had woken up to as well, with the exception of those few who may have been up all night watching what was transpiring out of Las Vegas. I liken it to that same gut-wrenching feeling of the morning of September the 11th, 2001. And we'll cover that briefly tonight. Only the latest numbers and information briefly on tonight's program, as I think most everyone well aware and well up to date after a full day's worth of reports coming out of Las Vegas. But just a few quick pieces of updates for you to have in just a few moments, and then we'll go on to local headlines, which will include football scores, a couple of arrests, a man found with a stolen firearm today and taken into jail, one man taken out of the courtroom and charged with receiving stolen property, and an auto accident this afternoon involving 4 vehicles in front of the Montgomery County High School. Students in each of those vehicles. We'll have an update for you and a lot of other news and information. We've got, of course, funeral services which have been set for Tom Frazier, former Sagersville City Councilman. He will be laid to rest tomorrow at 2 o'clock. His visitation is this evening. We'll go through that obituary in just a few moments and have a lot of other news and information before we leave you for this Monday evening, which is going to continue or be followed by more beautiful weather. We've got the near 80-degree mark to talk about for tomorrow, and we should hit 80 midweek, and actually Thursday as well. There is a cold front coming, and it will give us the first thing we have seen in a long time like it, and some, albeit small, but some shower chances. On this date in our weather history, it wasn't nice like this in the neighborhood. The Jackson Weather Service in their area logged a daily record for rainfall at 1.97 inches. A lot of folks getting in on 1 inch to 2 inches of rainfall. Some areas and some localized areas even more. But it was a wet day across much of eastern Kentucky on this day back in 1996, a record-setting wet day for some of them. As I said, we'll only briefly go into the latest updates. In fact, there should be another update coming very, very soon. Authorities have been giving updates basically every other hour, every 2 hours since the incident began, and it is still. And I know the video is out there everywhere, millions of views on social media, all the major networks carrying it. We'll share it just briefly tonight, as it is still, as many times as I've seen it, even perhaps possibly worse to watch tonight. Even without the audio, as I have chose to play it tonight, which we have all listened to throughout the day, it is just still hard to watch, even more so to try to comprehend. Right now, still no links to the shooter and ISIS or Al-Qaeda or any terrorist organization. A brother of the shooter saying that he was simply as shocked and as confused as anyone and had no idea what his brother was possible of. The wife or girlfriend still yet to be determined or confirmed, out of the country, still being questioned by authorities. The father of the shooter was once the subject of the FBI's most wanted list, and actually was responsible for a string of robberies, bank robberies, back in Arizona. Escaped prison in Texas years ago. In 1960, tried to run down an FBI agent with his car. He was considered to be psychopathic. While Stephen Paddock, 64, is known to have purchased more than 30 weapons as of late, with more than a dozen hidden in his hotel room on the 32nd floor of Mandalay Bay, carrying out the deadliest mass shooting in the history of the United States. It's still believed that several of those AR-15s were converted illegally over to a fully automatic firing style. They were all .223 caliber, which anyone familiar with those weapons understands. A significant, powerful weapon, considered to be strong enough to penetrate one person, one human body. Several were the .308 caliber, which is nearly twice as fatal. Country music star Jason Aldean, as we're all aware of, on stage last Sunday night, late last night on Sunday, the last act to perform, about 3 or 4 songs in, during the Route 91 Harvest Festival, which has been going on for days, in a 2-acre parking lot outside of the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino. Still, right now, the number stands at 58 killed, 515 injured. Those numbers still expected to rise. It's still believed that Paddock killed himself as authorities breached his hotel room. It's believed that he fired hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds, only stopping for seconds to reload and then fire again on what was 22,000 people below which literally for minutes and minutes had just simply nowhere to go. Moving on to local news. I spoke with Fire Chief Paul Howard just a few moments ago. His was one of 2 departments responding to a structure fire on Sunday, a rather unusual structure fire, if you will, in nature. It appears as though a large double-wide mobile home, a very large double-wide mobile home, which was in the process of being set up on its foundation in the Painters Lick area, caught fire after some welding ignited the structure. It's my understanding that a company was in charge of moving in a very large double-wide into Painters Lick, and upon making the turn off of Route 40, the very long mobile home got in a bind and the frame broke. And it's believed to be repairs that were being made to that frame on site that ignited the structure. I'm also under the impression that the owners, the land or property owners, I should say, as well as the crews who were making the repairs, were not there at the time the blaze had ignited. I believe sometime after they were making those repairs, definitely a spark ignited something, and you can see the damage left behind, completely destroying what looked to be a new, or definitely relatively new and very large double-wide mobile home. I've got some more calls in. We may be able to find out more right now. I believe the owners to not be from Magoffin County, but had moved this structure in and were getting ready to make this their permanent residence. The Sagersville Fire Department and North Magoffin Volunteer Fire Departments both responded to the fire, which is still, I believe, under investigation. We'll have more should we be able to gather any more details on the matter. But the home, obviously a total loss, and no indication or word right now as to whether or not there is any type of insurance that will cover the property owners. And authorities were still on the scene when I left earlier this afternoon and checked in with them, actually right around 4:30 or so, I do believe, working and investigating a 4-vehicle crash on 114 in front of the new Magoffin County High School. Student drivers and at least a student in each of those 4 cars. I haven't gotten to speak with anyone since they left the scene, but while I was there, I was able to determine that there indeed were 4 cars. The traffic had already been stopped as construction crews working on the Mountain Parkway expansion project had stopped traffic in front of them to allow trucks hauling dirt and earth across the road to do so, and that apparently there was a chain reaction accident. I cannot say exactly which vehicle stopped first, didn't, what have you, but there were 4 vehicles involved, and the one in the middle there of those 3, a black Toyota Camry, appeared to be the most seriously damaged. And there was actually a mother who had picked up her teenage son in that car, at least the 2. I don't know if there were any more passengers or not. I know a student driver in the rear car in the Pontiac Sunfire went to the hospital. I know, and I believe by personal vehicle. I know that the mother and son in the Toyota Camry did go by ambulance. I also believe that there was the 3rd car that was seen here in the video, a Ford Fusion, in which at least one person was taken by ambulance or personal vehicle to the hospital. In all, 4 people did go to the emergency room, and in fact, the mother and I believe possibly even her teenage passenger were both the same that was involved in a sideswipe collision on the opposite side of 114 right in front of the high school that I covered just a few weeks ago, receiving minor injuries after being struck in the side by another car that fled the scene, this time being involved in a 4-vehicle crash. There was a Ford Mustang that's off the camera that you can't really see, but these 3 cars experiencing the most extensive damage. The Magoffin County Rescue Squad, Sagersville Fire Department, and Sagersville City Police all responded and are working the accident. I'll be right back. Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway. Custom lift kits, bed liners, winches, and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. It's definitely the chili, that homemade, from scratch hot dog chili smothering every inch of our famous footlong that makes it a one-of-a-kind taste. The only thing that can make it better is to get one for only $2.49 on Mondays and just $1.99 after 4 o'clock. Get our famous footlong with homemade chili any day of the week and get one for cheap on Mondays, only at your Sayersville Lee's. Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children. Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400. A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn-out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months, no interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville. Go green, save some green on this propane-powered 11-passenger Ford Econoline. And check out the under 5K specials right now. This 2011 Malibu remote start loaded, very affordably priced at $49.95. This 010 S10 low miles, low to the ground, $49.95. This 07 Saturn Relay hauls a crowd, $49.95. Call today for quick pre-credit approval, $0 down, low income approval, and most payments under $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sayersville, 349 cars. The only difference in these washers and mowers from new is the incredible low price, and the same goes for tools, electronics, jewelry, games, and more at Parkway Gun and Pawn, where they buy and sell gold and silver and loan cash every day on just about anything worth $1. Stop by on Parkway Drive or call 349-PAWN.
We are all human. Because we're not perfect, we tend to make mistakes. Unfortunately, some mistakes are severe and carry more consequences than others. If you have been hurt in a car wreck, a truck wreck, or because of someone's mistake, reckless or careless behavior, you deserve help with your medical expenses, lost wages, and serious permanent pain and injuries that you have been made to suffer and will continue to suffer for the rest of your life. If you have been injured, I can help. I'm attorney Don Wayne McFarland. Call me and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Arrest today here in Magauffa County making headlines. Both of Magauffa County men, one a Lloyd Conley, one a Lloyd Perkins, both for stolen property related charges. The first arrest actually taking place in district court this morning. That was where a Magauffa County Sheriff's deputy saw a man in court on other or unrelated charges, a man that he had obtained a warrant for after going to Johnson County and recovering some stolen property at a pawn shop. Magauffa County Sheriff's Deputy Jonathan Holbrook has been working a theft case here in Magauffa County, items stolen from a Falcon residence, and had recently, just late last week, gone to Johnson County, specifically to a pawn shop in Flat Gap, and recovered a stolen steel weed eater taken from that Falcon residence, and had obtained a warrant for 45-year-old Lloyd Conley of Sayersville. And while in court for district court this morning, Holbrook in his police citation notes that he saw Lloyd Conley appearing on separate and unrelated charges and served him with the warrant for being in possession of the stolen weed eater. He was the one that had sold or pawned it to the pawn shop in Flat Gap. Holbrook's investigation is ongoing, while Conley was taken straight from the courthouse to jail on receiving stolen property charges. And Magauffa County Sheriff's Deputy Neil Adams made a traffic stop on a 2000 model Ford passenger car just a few hundred feet above the newsroom here on Route 40 earlier this afternoon, around 3 o'clock or so. There were several individuals in the vehicle. The driver was said to be 31-year-old Lloyd Perkins of Meadows Branch in Sayersville. And upon investigating and inquiring with Perkins about what was in the vehicle, he found a stolen 9mm handgun that came back stolen out of the state of Virginia. Also, he was driving on a suspended driver's permit. Perkins has been arrested or booked into the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center 28 times since August of 2006 on charges from contempt to assault to fleeing and evading police, DUI, driving on a DUI, suspended license, receiving stolen property, AI, and theft by unlawful taking, and others. More local news in a few moments, including football scores. We're down to the last 3 games of the regular season for a lot of teams. We'll see how it all turned out this past Friday night, and a lot of those Friday night games were indeed district matchups. Right now, let's find out what's happening on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar, and I think it starts with a birthday. Indeed, it says, please wish my dad a happy birthday. So, happy birthday to Dad. Dad is Tim Webster, with a lot of love from Shauna and a whole big long list of family and friends. Happy birthday, Tim Webster. Happy birthday to you. I've got a cash reward, a $100 cash reward for information leading to the return of their lost pet. This is actually a relative's pet. It's a poodle, about 14 years old. So getting up there, not necessarily the best idea to be out on its own. Last seen on Dixie Avenue over around the old McGoffin County Rescue Squad building. If you have any information, call 349-3299 and leave that, and you might be able to get that reward if they can help get their puppy back. Rumpke is going to be closing their transfer station at 2 on this Wednesday, and set your garbage out very early Wednesday morning. They have a mandatory meeting for employees, so Wednesday's collection is running super early, and the transfer station will close at 2. That from Rumpke. Job clubs start tomorrow, so this is your last reminder, and I can't tell you how wonderful of a service this is or how many hundreds of people it has helped. They can give you all the resources, training, and all those extra tips and advice that you need to get that job that you need and want. It's at the McGoffin County Big Sandy Community Action Program on Church Street, 349-2217. Veterans, don't forget the flu clinic at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center, and that's going to be this Thursday from 5 till 8. That's going to be, I believe, in the DAV meeting room. Yes, it is. If you have any questions, you can call 886-2053. I ran this 3 days last week and just now noticed that I have the number entered wrong on your screen. I think I've been reading it right. That's 2 different things. 886-2053. I'm so sorry. I'll get that fixed for you on tomorrow's program. If you have a birthday and anniversary, I get them right most of the time, or an announcement like you just heard. All you have to do is get it to me any way that you so like on your screen, or drop it off here at the newsroom, and I will be sure to tell everyone about it. It doesn't cost anything. You just got to tell me so I can tell everyone else. And as I referred to and mentioned with such a heavy heart on Friday, with services to be said at that time, they of course were made over the course of the weekend, and funeral arrangements include services tomorrow at 2 o'clock for Tommy Gerald Frazier, Tom Frazier, who passed away last week, Friday morning, at the age of 74. He was married to Patricia Arnett Frazier, who survives, as well as sons Forrest Wade and Trenton Gerald, and his daughter Rebecca Rudd. Tom was the owner, of course, of Frazier's Prater Drugstore and the Radio Shack and the Seasonal Shop. He served on the City Council for 27 years, and indeed his list of accomplishments and contributions to the city go on. Visitation is this evening at the McGoffin County Funeral Home, while services tomorrow. The funeral will be at the Sagersville First Baptist Church in Dixie. Burial will be at the Wiley Arnett Cemetery at Sublette in his honor. Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt, and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. Behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray, and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent
at Hope Family Medical Center.
Hi, I'm attorney Jeff Lovely. When hiring an attorney, experience does matter. For over 20 years, I've been representing clients throughout Eastern Kentucky. We are a full-service law firm, representing clients who've been injured in car accidents or at work, representing clients who need to file bankruptcy, representing clients who've been charged with a crime. For all your legal needs, contact my office when it matters. We have 2 locations for your convenience. In Sayersville at 349-4522 and West Liberty at 743-1965.
Go green, save some green on this propane-powered 11-passenger Ford Econoline. And check out the under 5K specials right now. This 2011 Malibu remote start loaded, very affordably priced at $49.95. This 010 S10 low miles, low to the ground, $49.95. This 07 Saturn Relay hauls a crowd, $49.95. Call today for quick pre-credit approval, $0 down, low income approval, and most payments under $200 a month at Gateway Motors in Sayersville, 349 cars. They're rolling out big, beautiful truck bodies every day, the best America makes in steel and aluminum, with their largest ever local stock of angle, sheet, round, I-beam, expanded, steel, and aluminum in several different finishes for whatever you're working on. And if the dump body you're driving needs parts, they've got them in stock. And if you need a big project fabricated from scratch, they've got you covered at Logan in Sayersville since 1904.
Just when you thought it's gotten as good as it gets better. Appalachian Wireless now offers unlimited text, talk, and 2 gigs of data for as low as $45 a month. But wait, you can also get 5 lines on 8 gigs of data for just $145 a month. Both great deals on the Appalachian Advantage plan, and the savings keep getting bigger. How big? $25 per month, less than the other guys. Taxes due at time of sale. See store for details. Better service, bigger savings. That's today's Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Fall and its colors have burst onto the scene at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville. Kids' mud pie styles and designs have just arrived, with even more on the way. Little Fashions, excellent for fall, Halloween, and Thanksgiving. And of course, they've got the sweetest of accessories. And ladies' fashions are here, and there's more coming in daily. Amazing sweaters and Carter coats, this fall's must-have item. Dresses, boots, and more on the way. There's just nothing like what you'll find at the seasonal shop in downtown Sayersville, just down from Fraser's Prater Drugstore and the Radio Shack. We're going to go to football scores. I'm 90% sure here in just a second they're still rendering, so I'm going to skip on over to your Licking Valley RECC Outlook, where it looks outside to be nice for days, and then there's a change coming. It's Kentucky, and it's the weather. 46 tonight, mostly clear. It was a cool morning this morning. I had 44 this morning at the coldest point. We'll see close to that tomorrow. Mostly clear skies and a calm wind. We'll warm up to about 79, though, for daytime highs after a little morning fog of the patchy variety. 49 for tomorrow night's low. Sunny and clear across the board. Midweek, the same, and pushing and maybe even breaking the 80-degree mark. And I think nighttime lows also follow suit and increase to about 53. Sunny and mostly clear midweek. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we'll call it pretty much 80 degrees across the board. There is a bit of a cooling trend because we've got a cold front coming. But Thursday, more fog, patchy in the morning. Otherwise sunny, partly cloudy that night, but 80 and 55. Friday, clouds move in late, but not making anything for your Friday and not even doing into temperatures either. Still 80 and 58 degrees for your high and low under partly sunny skies. And that's for the weekend, which is a day closer now. We got that going for us. We will see partly sunny skies. We'll see temperatures still flirting with 79, 80 degrees, but we'll see a 20% chance of showers work its way in the afternoon, and maybe a 20% continuing that night. By Sunday, I think, even though we've still got 80 degrees for daytime highs, maybe even 81, partly sunny and a 40% chance of showers, and that cold front will continue to give us a better chance of showers into Columbus Day on your Monday, when temperatures will fall backward back to the 70s. And moving on, here's who fell and here's who advanced, most often in district play. Many of the games this past Friday night were district matchups. No highlights from the Hornet-Morgan County game. Friday night football fell on Andrew's birthday, so my apologies. But there would have been some highlights to show. 110 points was racked up. But unfortunately for the home team, Morgan County ousted them 64-46 here at home for McGoffin County, which drops them down to 2-5 on the season. It also goes to 0-2 as they drop their second district game of the season. The Hornets, though, looking for a little bit of revenge against Knott Central. They will be taking on Knott Central here at home this Friday night. 3 games left in the regular season for the Hornets. They've got a home game this Friday, away at Estill the next, and they'll wrap it up hosting Breathitt County. Johnson Central and the Golden Eagles rolling right over East Carter. This was a district game, their second district game and district win of the season, 59-0. That comes after a 58-0 game against Boyd County at home the week before. So Coach Matney and his Golden Eagles will be at Greenup County this Friday night, where they will go into the game undefeated, 6-0 in the season, and once again 2-0 in the district. The Golden Eagles looking to make another run at it this year after a stellar year last year. Going on to Paintsville and the Tigers, they're not perfect, but they're awfully close. They dropped a game back on the 31st of August, the Hurricane, by 4 points, and they've won everything else. They won last Friday night, too. 43-14. No, excuse me, that was week before last. They had an off week last week, and I already told you about this one, but nevertheless, 43-14. Last week, their off week. They're back at it this week. They're at Fairview Friday night, 7:30. So the boys from Paintsville still 5-1 and still yet to dip their toes into district play, which they will do Friday night once again at Fairview. Coach Short and the Bulldogs of Lawrence County, they picked up a win after dropping 2 in a row. This one hosting Sheldon Clark. This is a district win, a big win for the Bulldogs, 48-8. That puts them 4-3 on the season, just above the halfway mark, but they got a leg up in the district. They're at Pike Central this Friday. Kickoff, of course, set for 7:30. And that will head us on over to wrapping up football scores and schedules tonight with the Morgan County Cougars, where Coach Easterling and his Cougars have now picked up 2 in a row after dropping 2 in a row before that. That puts them at 3-3. They're even on the season, but this win against Magoffin County that we've already, of course, covered in part, 64-46, gives them their second district win out of 2 district games this season. That's good for the Cougars. They are going to be at Breathitt County this Friday night. And that wraps it up for now. All except, with the exception of Morgan County and I think Johnson Central, everyone else down to 3 games on the season, and those 2 teams have still got 4 regular games left. Everyone wrapping up on October the 27th. Season's going to be over before you know it. So that's going to wrap it up for this evening. We're just getting started for the week. We certainly hope that it's that it gets better news-wise from here. We also hope that you'll join us for our next edition tomorrow night for more of your news today. Thanks for watching.